What's the difference between possession of CDS and trafficking CDS? Hi, my name is Carl Birkhead. I'm an attorney with Wirth Law Office in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been practicing criminal law for over 7.5 years, and I want to help you make law easy by talking to you a little bit about the different CDS crimes and what the difference is between simple possession versus trafficking. Um, so I see this a lot, and I actually see some cases where a client's may be charged with trafficking when they swear that all they were doing was just, they had the CDS on their possession for their personal use. It's kind of a fine line here between, possession versus trafficking, and it comes down to a couple of things. First, what's the quantity? I've seen cases where it really came down to how much of the CDS was found. Was it consistent with the amount that just an individual would consume on their own, or was it so much that either they're about to have a really great party or they're actually planning to sell it? The second thing, what type of equipment are what type of equipment is seized along with the drugs? So what I'm talking about here is, are the cops, do they find a bunch of syringes? Do they find a bunch of scales? Do they find a bunch of baggies? Do they find things that make it look like you don't just plan on hanging on to these drugs and using them, you know, over the course of however long, but you're planning on weighing them, divvying them up, separating them so that you can distribute them to other people. Uh, that's something that actually comes into play quite a lot in these types of situations. And the last thing is statements that the cops obtain whenever they execute the search warrant. I cannot stress this enough. You have the right to remain silent. You need to exercise that right. I heard of a case a few years ago where the individual was stopped for possession of a controlled dangerous substance, and in an attempt to try to talk himself out of the crime, he said that he didn't intend to use it himself, he intended to sell it to his buddy. There wasn't that much that he was stopped with, but there was the statement that he intended to sell it instead of use it, which in that case wasn't true, or at least may not have been true. Everything, all the indicators pointed to he intended to all the way use it for himself or maybe share it with his friend, but after being pulled over or after being caught with it, he panicked and tried to talk his way out of it. What happened was he actually talked his way into a greater charge. So, in these types of situations, if you find yourself being caught with drugs, being caught with paraphernalia, or the law enforcement are executing a search warrant on your home, stay silent. Silence is golden, but your words can land you in a world of trouble. If you have questions about this, or if this is a type of charge where you think that you might be facing, give us a call. My name is Carl Birkhead. I'm with Wirth Law Office, and I want to help you make law easy. Thank you.